I actually tweeted Victoria Scott that I wanted more of the book and what am I supposed to do? I'm having withdrawals, and she retweeted me, so I kind of fangirled a little bit at work this morning. Hey guys, it's Tasha from the Bookish Gal, and today I will be reviewing Fire and Flood by Victoria Scott. I just showed this book in my book haul, my latest video, and I finished it last night, and oh my gosh, you guys, you have to read this. This is going to be a non-spoiler review, so don't worry, I will not ruin anything for you if you do plan on reading this book. But this just came out at the end of March, and so it was really new, I think at the end of March. I don't know, I found it in my library and I was like freaking out because my library never gets new books, but I didn't really have an intention on reading it, but I saw that I was the very first person to check it out, and that never happened, so I was like, okay, I think I'll get this because that's so cool. Anyways, so this is about a 16-year-old girl named Tella, and her brother, Cody, her older brother, is very, very sick. The doctors cannot find out what's wrong with him, and it just keeps getting worse and worse. And she gets an invitation to compete in the Brimstone Bleed, which turns out to be a race, and you compete with other contestants. You compete across 4 ecosystems like the jungle and the desert. The winner of this race gets a cure, and it's a cure that can cure any disease, just totally fix whatever's wrong with you, even if you don't know what's wrong with you. It's just an all like invincible cure. So Tella, wanting to save her brother, goes ahead and competes and enters herself in the Brimstone Bleed. There's a bug. And this book, a lot of people have been saying that it's a combination of the Hunger Games and Pokemon, which I think is pretty accurate, but I don't like connecting things to the Hunger Games because I think people just like get that stuck in their head. I think if you separate yourself or separate the story from things that could kind of be similar, it's a lot better than always thinking like this person's not like Katniss or this is not like this, you know? First of all, the cover I think is beautiful. If you can see here, it looks like actual water droplets, so I thought that was really cool. I just really love the cover. Now, I absolutely loved this book. Starting off, I thought the plot was interesting. I wasn't interested in it at first because of like the Pokemon aspect. They don't say it in the synopsis, but it's not a spoiler. You find out very early in the book about the Pandoras, and everyone's been saying it's Hunger Games and Pokemon, so it's not a spoiler or anything. But there are Pandoras in this book, and that's what they call an animal companion. And these animals have special powers, so each contender in the race gets an animal, and I thought that was really interesting. I wasn't, you know, intrigued to it at first, but as I was reading about it, I thought it was pretty cool, and it actually played a really integral part in the book. I thought it was just going to be a little unique, like kind of fluffer to the story, like, oh, by the way, you get a cool animal, but it was just a very big segment of the book, and there was deeper levels relating to the Pandoras, so I thought that was pretty cool. I haven't read anything by Victoria Scott. I think she wrote a very popular series, The Dante Walkers or something like that, but I do like her writing. Her writing like gave me goosebumps. Like, it was just very action-packed, the story, and her writing made things very, like, I don't know, like very bold and very scary. Like, one line could be fine and the very next line would be just totally terrifying and unexpected. So yeah, I really enjoy Victoria Scott's writing. Tella as a character, I really loved her actually because I kind of related to her a lot. Tella is very girly and she loves fashion, and she is just not someone who should be competing in a race, especially a dangerous one where people don't even survive. And it's like if I competed in like the Hunger Games, like no, that would just not work. Some parts I admit she was a little ridiculous, like she's in a race to save her brother's life and she's thinking about like her clothes or her makeup, and I don't think I would go that far. It was really funny though. I found myself laughing out loud. So yeah, for the most part I think Tella will be liked by the majority of the readers who read this book. In terms of the world building, I was really confused in the beginning. I was confused about the Pandoras. You know, I thought it was like a modern book, like a current type of book, but then I was seeing the Pandoras and then they're shrouded in mystery. The race was very mysterious, so I was kind of confused and I was thinking, you know, like where is all the information about like why this is happening, how did this come about, but the whole thing is it gets released in segments, so I can see why the world building wasn't as great. It's because things were, you know, like, surprise, this is why this is this way. So it was okay in the end, but I was confused in the beginning. Also, what I really enjoyed about this story was that it made me feel for everyone. I thought it was so interesting how everyone in the race is competing for a cure, so like equally everyone's trying to save someone that they love, someone they care about. So it was very sad for me. I just wanted, like, obviously I wanted Tella to win, but I kind of wanted everyone to win. Like, it's very sad that there's only one cure. So that was a really interesting part and I really enjoyed that. There is kind of like a romance in this book, which I was surprised it didn't work for me. I didn't really like the romance. It seemed kind of like insta-love a little bit. I didn't hate the romance. It didn't like turn me off or anything. But I don't know, I think I kind of just pushed it to the back burner just because I was so engrossed with the actual race and the story that I didn't have time for any of that romance crap. Overall, the story was just very gripping, very exciting. There wasn't really any slow parts, which I really enjoyed. I love action in books, and so this is really great action, but there is some character development, especially with the other contenders. You get to see a little bit about their story. Not a whole lot of character development, but it was good, and you know, it wasn't just all like action, action, action where you don't know anything about anybody. So I thought it was a good balance, at least for me. It was very, very exciting. I couldn't put it down, and I highly, highly recommend it. I gave it 4 out of 5, or no, 4.5 out of 5 stars. The only reason why I didn't get a 5 was because I couldn't connect with the romance at all, but I don't know, it was just really minor because the story itself was so great. The next book doesn't come out until 2015 in January, and this is a trilogy, and this book ended on a total cliffhanger, so I was like dying last night. I was just like, what? What do I do? So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope if you are interested in learning about this book, you are more excited to read it and more likely to go check it out. It's really, really great. I think you guys will enjoy it. So yeah, thanks guys for watching. All my links are below to my Twitter and my Goodreads and my Instagram and stuff like that. And I will see you all later. Bye guys!